We stay engaged not for the news, but we stay engaged for them, for the support, so that excuse me, so that when this war is finished, we can all celebrate together. But we want to not leave them hanging in the thick of it. So don't get turned off by the space here when we don't have the booms and the pops. A lot of the reason why we bring in a lot of other facets of information that deal with Ukraine. When we have guests here to speak about trade, when we have guests here to speak about railroads, when we have guests here speaking about logistics and things that are like, we want people to come away with a lot of information, um, and to come away a little bit more educated to the goings on of war and the effects of war. We also do a lot of the human side, where we talk to the former um, Avastal defender. Um, we bring in people like that so that they can tell the story, uh, so that people understand what Russia is and what they do. We can talk about it through pictures, but the spoken word is hot, much more influencing and much more informative because we ask questions. Um, we allow you to ask the questions as well, and we want people to engage our panels when we have them for that very reason. Lena, you had your hand up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I cut it by finger by accidentally, but actually I did mean to say something. First of all, thank you for saying that. And I think it's just my response to Kadek is that there is no really stupid questions, because the whole purpose of this space is for people who are not active military or have background in military to understand what is going on and what certain events mean. So that's why I would like to thank you for asking questions that you did ask. And Daryl, the what you just mentioned is a key, because oftentimes good, just sufficient effort is not enough. The effort is enough only when there is a result, and the result would be only when Russia is back to its borders and out of Ukraine, and Ukraine's territory, including Crimea, is liberated. And until then, you're absolutely right. We have to stay engaged. And the answer that I did donate once I'm done is not good enough. Just have to keep engaged and keep on it until it's really done. Thank you.
Lena, you don't mind me asking, where are you at?
Sorry, was that?
I said, where are you at right now?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, you're in North Carolina, but you're
Yeah.
from Ukraine.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you was there, but you're in North Carolina.
No, I
Okay.
will be probably in January, most likely, but not yet.
You're not training with the airborne, are you?
No.
Hey, I know you. There's a lot of women in the Ukrainian army, so I wasn't sure.
Yes, 31,000, I think, or 34,000. Actually, we're just looking at the numbers. And yeah, that was very heartwarming to see. And there is actually a speaker whom I'm trying to get on the space, but they're being very like focused on the task at hand. So they are called Veteranka, which is Association of Women Veterans of the female troops,
Uh huh.
to get them to speak about their experiences and their needs and like everything that concerns women in the Ukrainian army. Um, so hopefully soon.
Well, let's hope for the best.
Absolutely.
Let's hope for the best. Ukraine.
And yeah, now that would be really cool if you could get the guest speaker like that to participate. I think it would be a lot of interest. Um, so yeah, cool. But the other thing I wanted to say is that, especially here in the United States, I'm actually just north of you in Virginia. Um, besides supporting, I mean, obviously, if anybody can do donations, we 100% have to do it. But there's so many other ways that we can help. Um, to kind of to do other things, to put pressure on political leaders, to put pressure on some of the businesses, especially the ones that continue to do business in Russia, continue to pay taxes, and support the criminal military. Um, and I think that's what we really need to also, increase awareness, right? Because I think when I talk to U.S. citizens, a lot of them show a lot of support, compassion, understanding. A lot of them donate, help any way they can. But sometimes I can also feel that the narrative of helping with donations is becoming more so an exhaustive topic, and it helps to divert their attention to other means that they can apply themselves to continue help Ukraine in other ways that are just as meaningful. I think, especially in informational, war that's waging right now, in parallel to that very physical, very real tragedy that's unfolding in Ukraine.
All right. Let's see. Let me see what I can do here. I want to draw. I'm going to try to touch a few buttons on some folks out there and see who comes up. Hello. Oh, there we go. See, I love it when I see new faces. Hello. Is it, okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this. Is it Dib? Hello, Dib. Deb? I guess they either join the space. If you don't know how to press the little microphone, it's the little pink button.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. First, I want to say that I've been listening to y'all since the beginning, since the earliest possible that y'all started. And y'all have been very encouraging, informative, and helpful for the families that have their soldiers on in 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 the fight. My question or concern is there were three um, I don't know if they were soldiers or volunteers that were killed today from uh, demining. Uh, they got killed from the mines. They were in the act of demining an area. Three young men, 24 years old. And I know we have a lot of people demining, but they're not, it doesn't appear like they're equipped to do a large area. I mean, they're carrying a 6 foot stick, not a stick, but it's one person and he's doing as much as
Yeah,
he
he's got
can.
pro.
He's doing as much as he can. It just seems like the world should open up and send some big machinery to get these mines, to get the land demined, because there's no way the area is going to be available for, I've heard, up to 10 years. And I just find it up.
Actually, hey Deb, to be
Yes,
honest with you, there are places around the globe, uh, like say Vietnam and Cambodia, that are still finding mines
it's
in that.
that's horrible. I don't understand why we allow it with all the machinery we have. I mean, I'm sure we can't get all of them, but
Well, there is, first of all, you got to understand there is an active war on.
okay,
Second of all, um, what you're looking at in the mined areas of Ukraine, you're looking at the state of Virginia, Maryland, and Connecticut combined as
okay,
the total area that is mined.
okay,
There are machines that do it, but that machinery is not un- is not it's not prolific.
okay,
There's only a small bit of it around the world, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it's in use as well, and it's in use in Ukraine. But mining presents an issue because there are different types of mines. There
right,
there are different methods that they employ them. They could have a mine on top of a mine
okay,
is the way the Russians have been doing some. So rather than just finding the mine that they find, what will happen is they go in and they say, find the mine. But what the mine clearers have to do is they have to now check under the mine for a void,
Oh.
because there may be a mine under the mine.
Mm.
And that's one of the problems that we had a gentleman on here the other day that was speaking to the space. He worked as a mine clearer, okay,
Okay.
and he worked for one of the organizations clearing the mines. And they went through and he talked about uh, the 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 methods, the area,
Uh-huh.
the challenges presented, and the fact that they want to, uh, they presented that information to Congress at the Helsinki Commission, matter of fact.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
so uh, there is a lot of challenges to it. So it's not, although we know the problem, there's no real easy fix to it.
O-
They
Okay.
could dedicate they could dedicate, you know, lots of teams to it, and it still will be years and years before they're cleared.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your answers, and I appreciate your talk show.
Ha, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Hey, you in here. Okay, where was I was getting ready to say something and I forgot what it was. Who's going to come? Anybody going to come and help me remember what I wanted to talk about? Uh, but anyway, um, folks, I want you to think about a couple of different things here. You have the holidays coming up. There are, if you go to Etsy, you can help Ukrainians there. You can um, segregate how you want it to. You can filter it to the country that you looking for, like in this case, Ukraine, and you can actually buy gifts there. Another thing I want you to think about for Christmas. Um, a lot of us always have that extra gift for that person that just may pop over during the holidays. What about, hey, popping up and that person be MriyaAid? Uh, that could be your gift. You can tell that person that pops up, hey, I gave in your name to MriyaAid. That's something that can be done. Um, George, one of our hosts here, he has a campaign for people to give their energy bill, the amount of their energy bill, to MriyaAid. And the reason is because it helps uh, him think about how he has power, and there are people in Ukraine in death code that have no power because of the way Russia wants to uh, prosecute this war inhumanely. There's nothing really humane about war, but there are rules of war, and countries should abide by those rules. If you're going to invade, if you're going to um, go in and you want to, quote unquote, go to war, we have a thing called the Geneva Convention. We have things that are common to the rules of war. Um, Civilians should not be targeted because of the fact they are non combatant. They should not be kidnapped and sent somewhere else. They should not be raped and tortured for no reason but to the pleasure of your soldiers. And this is a way of life for their soldiers, because it is not something that's not happened because this unit was there and that's the bad guys. No, it's pretty much universal. And so when we think about the things that are going on in Ukraine, um, Think about that when you give. Think about how you can help in this. It's not gonna be over tomorrow, but we can give today to help that tomorrow get closer. All right, Ian, I brought you up. Good evening.
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing fine. How you?
Not bad. What you were saying is exactly true. That if you follow the rules of war, which the Russians have never done, then things will be better. But yeah. The Russians have never followed the rules of war or the Geneva Convention, which was set way before we were born. And my grandfather fought in the trenches, or that sort of stuff, in World War One. No, they haven't followed any of them. So it's very sad that they're carrying on being bitches, and they're very sad.
So you got a comment, question, then other?
Sorry, mate.
I say you got another comment or question there, Ian?
Oh, another question. What do you want me to ask?
I don't know. Let's see where we can go with this.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm here in the States. I'm originally from the bottom. Well, not the bottom. I'm originally from the northern Florida.
Well, I'm originally from Westminster in London, so I'm obviously British. But me, no, my family's been involved in lots of wars. We caused a lot of wars, obviously, because we're British. But but even so, we used to fight with honour. And one of the things I can't get my head around is why people didn't fight with honour. They just want to kill everybody and rape everybody. I mean, really? I mean, what is that? In the 20th century, people have no morals. That's what pisses me off in Ukraine.
Exactly. But I like that the idea of it's like the noble warrior. There's no such thing.
But we used to be.
The idea of a noble warrior. Yes, you go to battle and you go to battle. I mean, that's yes. But you went to battle against a combatant. You didn't go to battle against women and children.
Hell no.
But anyway, I thank you there, Ian.
Thanks, bro.
Jared, good evening.
Hey, hello. Thanks. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Thanks. Just curious. I know Carlos isn't here tonight, it looks like, but he might be best to answer this question. But I'm looking at some maps, and I see these north-south entrenchments to the east of Bakhmut and so forth, and everybody knows exactly where the trenches are. And I'm curious about why are the Ukrainians